It's game time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. For the Miami Heat, they won their last contest, that game against the Indiana Pacers. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
How about the energy level defensively in that game? I mean, they made finding an open shot a very difficult task for their opponents.
And it wasn't just in the half court. I mean, I thought they were excellent in transition defense as well. They didn't give up any easy baskets because they always had good floor balance and got back after the miss.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Iguodala in at the 3-set.
And guys, as remarkable as Steph Curry's offensive game is, I think what's underrated is how he competes on the defensive end of the floor. I mean, not the...
Dragic. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Golden State. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. Curry passes to Thompson. Green with a screen on Wade. And Thompson kicks to Green. Cannot hit. Johnson with some nice D. And speaking of Curry's activity defensively, he's certainly got a nose for the ball.
Yeah, he does a nice job at his size rebounding as a guard, and he keeps his hands active in the passing lanes, and he's usually near the tops in the league in steals.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And now to our rookie leader for a look at this month's steal leaders among the young guys. Freak number 1.
And if those...
Winslow's checked in for the Heat. The Warriors also with a sub. Livingston's checked in. The Heat trail by 6. Stoudemire, the screen. Iverson dishes to Stoudemire. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning too.
But guys, the pass, for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Ezeli can't get it to go.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
To the left side wing. And the wide open shot from Green. Hits the three-point bomb. Green's got 14 points.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Move the ball. Stick it to Mike.
Stoudemire, the screen. Iverson kicks to Stoudemire. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Out to the wing. Green, the screen. Livingston passes to Green. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. 16 points for Draymond Green. The Heat trail by 7. Stoudemire, the screen. Iverson dishes to Stoudemire. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Green with the ball.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And a wide open look for Freak. Good on the triple. Iverson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here is Livingston. Iverson covering. Knocked loose and stolen by Iverson. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Winslow, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And it goes on Draymond Green. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Richardson, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Green with a screen for Barnes. Feeds it to Livingston. Uncovered. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Stoudemire setting the pick for Freak. To the paint. Stoudemire kicks to Johnson. Gets himself open and drills it.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Warriors leading by 3. Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley, Clark, kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spates is checked in. Livingston signed a nice 3-year deal with the Warriors, helped their bench. Great fit for that team.
No question. A rare package at 6'7", who's a true point guard and extremely versatile defensively. He can play alongside Steph Curry, handling the ball or off it. And easy to see why the Dubs were happy to get it.
Now, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
1:44 left in the first quarter. He dishes it to Thompson. Pass to Spates. Green with a screen on Iverson. Thompson inside the line. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Heat trail by 5. And Dorisburg spoke with Steve Kerr. Doris?
One of their harder tasks in this game will be finding a way to slow down the explosive scorer, Joe Johnson. He said there isn't any one answer, as Johnson can and will play so many different roles in an offense throughout the course of the game. He said he can initiate plays as well as finish plays. We'll just have to make sure we don't lose track of them. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you. Amari Stoudemire, with a change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston, that's good.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Stoudemire, the screen. Kicks it to Richardson. Here's Iverson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well. And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
The Heat trail by 6. Iverson kicks to Johnson. And stolen by Spates. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Thompson passes to Livingston. Spates with a screen on Johnson. Livingston, the kick out to Spates. The 19-foot shot, and he hits the jump shot. Spates has got his first points of the game. Iverson outside. Johnson, a wide open look. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Warriors ahead. They're up by 8. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
I realize this. I realize this.
And Steph Curry, a player with in the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor. I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry and tough to guard?
arguably I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Kerr is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Heat, the big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Dragic is out there with Iverson. And it's Dang in at the small forward. Thompson with the bucket.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
The Heat trail by 10. Iverson outside.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
There's the feed to Bosch. Iguodala with the steal. Here's Curry. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Here's Iverson. Outside Dragic. The dish to Bosch. Again, the miss by the Heat.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And Miami making a change here. Wade's checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. And it's Green in for Maurice Spates. Dragic dishes to Wade. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries. Miami going with a whole new group out there. Then for the Warriors, Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Ezeli. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. Back to Curry. Takes the 13-footer. Connects. The jumper drops. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Johnson sets the screen for Free. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Richardson kicks to Iverson, and he goes in for the dunk.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim record.
They retain possession. Lock at 6. Nobody near Barnes. And another 3 for Golden State.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Move the ball.
Here's Stoudemire. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Here we get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. Number 1, the Heat.
Points allowed is one of the key indicators for good defensive effort. And this team does a nice job because they force opponents into tough shots. They don't allow easy shots. They're all on the same page. They're aggressive. They're focused. They pay attention to detail. And for 48 minutes, they're going to make their opponents uncomfortable.
Spates checked in for Draymond Green.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
Iverson with the ball. He's got 5. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bogut. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Here's Livingston. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Stoudemire with a screen on Curry. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Stoudemire.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No,
right,
my goodness.
Right. He probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Curry passes to Livingston. Spates against Richardson. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And he's good on the three ball. Curry's got 11.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Iverson kicks to Johnson. The 10-footer. Spates with the block.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA. None brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. What I love,
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Warriors lead by 16.
Well, obviously a lot of ground for you guys to make up in that second half. Do you expect Coach to shake things up to try to jumpstart you here in the third?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. We came out late and egged that first half, straight up. Right now, any change to wake us up would be welcome. But we know we can play a lot better than that.
Hang tough, young man. Kevin, this league is not easy on the young ones.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
All right, eyes front. That's not what we were looking for in the first half, to say the least. Let's learn from what happened and make the second half a different story. We need to stay tight on their shooters. They've had too much space. Let's get up in their jerseys and defend. And our production off the bench was tremendous too. We're going to keep spreading the minutes around in the second half, no question about it. I know we're down, but I don't want that to dictate the speed we run our offense at. Good shots are the priority, not quick shots. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good second half.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade.
And what a tremendous game for Green. He's got 16 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-point.
Here's Curry. He's got 16. Pass to Green. And Thompson kicks to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's 18 points for Steph Curry.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers made some terrific plays. He picked up 12 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, he made play after play in that game.
Let's see if he can keep it going tonight. I say he does. I'll bet he goes off again.
That's a pretty bold prediction there. I mean, he's going to have to be very, very strong to even come close to dittoing that performance.
Here's Wade, takes the 12-footer and hits. Wade's got 12 in the game.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Here's Curry with the three. Another three for Golden State.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Curry against Iverson. Now here's Wade. Defense right on him. Dang dishes to Iverson. 5 to shoot. Miami needs to get a shot off. Wade from outside. Barnes grabs the miss.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Pass to Bosch. Back to Iverson. Whiteside, a screen on Curry. The drive by Iverson. Back to Bosch. Iverson against Curry. And here's Bosch for three. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his third rebound tonight.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket. Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
It's a clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Warriors leading by 22.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
And a new group in for the Heat. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade. Golden State also making some changes. Spates comes in for Festus Ezeli, and it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Curry kicks to Spates, and that one's good. Spates has got his third basket of the night.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. Here's Dragic, 11 points in the game. They set the screen.
Move the ball.
Johnson in the corner. Off the screen. The Warriors pull it in. And here is Iverson. Deng and Bosh, your small and power forwards. D-Wade out there with Iverson. And it's Whiteside in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And it's sent back by Bogut. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Here's Iverson. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Iverson's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Heat. Iverson against Curry. And good on the basket. Book it.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Iverson passes to one side. No luck. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. And I'm sure they're anxious to get back home, as that will be Game 6 of this 7-game road trip.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Whiteside, a screen on Curry. Iverson dishes to Whiteside. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
So he can't get either to fall.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
And the first one drops.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Bosch, that's the pick for Freak. Bosch, high post. Good ball movement here by Miami. 5 on the clock. Whiteside a screen. The drive by Iverson. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Golden State. Barnes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala has got 6 assists here tonight. On the wing, Iverson. Guarded by Curry. Bosch, no one around him. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And it's sent back by Bosch. And so the ball out of bounds. Bosch touched it last. White, he's checked in for Luol Deng. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for the Warriors. Ian Clark comes in for Curry. Clark kicks to Thompson. He used that pick to perfection.
Boy, Iguodala did a good job setting that screen.
He'd have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Bosch, the screen. Iverson passes to Bosch. Unloads from 9. And there's Iverson. That's good on the assist by Bosch. And that's now 9 points for Iverson. Here's Clark. The shot no good. The Heat go the other way with it. Wade left side. Iverson up top. He's covered by Thompson. Iverson against Thompson.
Move the ball and stick it too much.
Iverson, no luck. Warriors leading by 23. Here's Clark. Rebound by the Heat. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the dunk by Iverson.
It doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Okay, Miami now. And Miami making a change here. Deng's checked in. Then for the Warriors, Draymond Green. He's checked in for Festus Ezeli. And it's Stephen Curry in for Ian Clark. So it's Miami now. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody down. And the jam by Steph Curry.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
That's good. And it's 13 points for Freak.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
The shot by Curry, no good. He'd have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. The kick out to Deng, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys, plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
Warriors leading by 23. Curry with it. Iverson picks him up. Curry dishes to Green. Down low, Thompson. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Whiteside, a screen on Curry.
Ball. It's sticking too much.
Iverson against Curry. The drive by Iverson. And the jam by Whiteside.
A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack.
Outside Curry. Now the pass to Thompson. Back to Curry. Launches a three. And it's Deng with the rebound. Deng's got his 4th rebound in this one. Back to Iverson. Baseline J on the way. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And Green throws it down hard. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
Curry's shot is good.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
He used that pick to get in close. 14 points for Dwayne Wade.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Iverson with the block. On the wing, Deng. Back to Iverson. It's stolen by Curry. And it's the Warriors on the break. And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Miami with the ball. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Iguodala. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists in the game.
Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
Deng. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Andrew Bogut.
I'll tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
And a new group in for the Heat. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Chris Bosh. And some changes here for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Johnson comes in for Luol Deng. And Iverson's subbed in for Johnson. Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy who can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Festus Ezeli comes in for Green, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. To the inside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Chris Bosh is checked in for Johnson. Deng comes in for Winslow. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Richardson. Green is checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Thompson. And it's D. Wade with the rebound.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Curry kicks to Spates. Dishes it to Barnes. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Curry gets the bucket.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Down low, it's tipped. It's stolen by Green. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
A different look for Miami. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for the Warriors. outside Curry.
Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here.
Yes, Kevin, thank
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
He flat out dominated. I mean, you see the kind of plays he was making all over the court. This is the game, no matter who they put on him, he wasn't going to be denied. His offensive power was in full effect.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.